When they came near Jerusalem, to Bethphage and Bethany, at the Mount of Olives, he sent forth 2 of his disciples, and said to them, Go into the village ahead of you, and when you have entered it, you will find a colt tied there upon which no one has sat. Loose him and bring him, and if anyone says to you, Why are you doing this? You say, The Lord has need of it, and he will immediately send it back here. So they went their way and found the colt tied outside a door on the street. They untied it, and those who stood there said to them, What are you doing, untying that colt? And they answered them just as Jesus commanded, and they let them go. And they brought the colt to Jesus, and threw their garments upon it. And he sat on it, and many spread their garments in the road, and others cut down branches from the trees, and spread them in the way. And those who went ahead and those who followed shouted, saying, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed be the kingdom of our father David, that comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest! And Jesus went into Jerusalem and into the temple. And when he had looked around at everything, he left for Bethany with the 12, as it was already late. And on the next day, when they were coming from Bethany, he was hungry. And seeing from far off a fig tree in leaf, he went up to see if there was anything on it. When he came to it, he found only leaves, for it was not the season for figs yet. And he said to it, May no one eat fruit from you again. And his disciples heard it. And they came to Jerusalem, and Jesus went into the temple, and began to cast out those who bought and sold in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who were selling doves, and he would not permit anyone to carry merchandise through the temple. And he began to teach and say to them, Is it not written, My house shall be a house of prayer for all the nations, but you have made it a den of thieves? And the scribes and chief priests heard it and sought how they might destroy him, for they feared him, because all the people were astonished at his teaching. And when evening was come, he went out of the city. And in the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. And Peter, remembering, said to him, Master, look, the fig tree which you cursed is withered away. And Jesus answering said to them, have faith in God. For truly I say to you, if anyone says to this mountain, be lifted up, and be cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that the things which he said shall come to pass, it shall be granted to him. Therefore I say to you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you shall receive it, and it shall be granted to you. And when you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive, so that your Father in heaven may forgive your offenses. And they came again to Jerusalem, and as he was walking in the temple, there came to him the chief priests and the scribes and the elders, and they said to him, by what authority do you do these things, and who gave you the authority to do them? And Jesus answered and said to them, I will ask of you one question. Answer me, and I will tell you by what authority I do these things. Was the baptism of John from heaven or men? Answer me. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, if we say from heaven, he will say, then why didn't you believe him? But if we say from men, they feared the people, for everyone thought John was truly a prophet. So they answered Jesus, we do not know. And Jesus answered and said to them, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things.